The financial markets can be a scary place, and they don't rest for anybody. Our goal here at A1 Trading is to bring you coverage every day, so you can be up to speed on the latest market moves. Before the show begins, remember that trading involves risk, and that anything shared in our content should not be construed as financial advice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Where does the allocation of funds happen right now?
And it'll go exactly where you want it to go. The next bit after that, you'll enter and then it'll go up.
How would you enter, right? What if you're new to order blocks? What if you're nervous, right? Let's say.
And the correction moves is in the A, B, C move.
Today's stream is made possible by our partners and sponsors. If you're looking for a new broker, trying to get funded, or looking for a trading community to join, consider checking out the links in the description below. By using these links, you'll get access to great products and be supporting the channel. Without further ado, the show is about to begin.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another A1 Trading stream. Today we are joined by the one and only Mr. Ivan. How you doing, Ivan?
I'm good.
Check on his name, everybody. Ivan, how you doing, man? So, are you still looking at SPX 500?
Yeah, I'm heard. I'm heard. Yeah, I'm heard.
I don't blame you. Me too. I had I think I sold out of AT&T stock. I don't know if you're familiar with any individual stocks or if you pay attention to them at all. But I just wanted to show this before we jump in. AT&T today. Check this out. So AT&T just dropped off a building. This is AT&T stock. So this is probably, I wonder if this is doing anything to the S&P 500 today too. Seems like the S&P is down a little bit. The reason I bring it up is sometimes when these big names drop, it drags the S&P with it. So a little bit interesting. I just wanted to see. I don't even know what's going on with that today, but
AT&T, that's a utility company.
They do phone service in the US. It's a big phone service company. They also own Warner Bros. So they do like big movie production, and it's a pretty big company. So, and they've been known as like this big stable dividend stock for a long, long time. And they've just been in decline. And now today, I don't know what the news is, but something came out that really was big. Yeah, they do phone and internet. Yes, thank you, JT.
Popping.
Yeah, so a little bit of a tough day. Fortunately, I sold some of my portfolio positioning in it, but I have some more of it that is down today. So it's a little bit of a sad day for AT&T bulls. So you're looking at which markets? You want to take over for a second here? Show us a little bit of what you're looking at.
Can euro return to higher highs before falling again? That's kind of my biggest one today. We have gone up to resistance at 109.20, but since rejected, which is fairly what I would expect. The question now is it going to print a new lower low, or is this current price right now going to be the higher low? So it's really, that's something that I'm really interested in. And the other thing is I was interested in yen, but it kind of like, I don't know who said something, but something happened and it just says poof.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the yen. Is just such a crazy runaway train right now. Speaking of euro dollar, let me just follow up with what you're saying. I think I sold right around where you were talking about. Let me see if I can get my marker here. So I sold 109.08. I was late to it, but I liked that same spot that you're talking about, run at 109.20. So I got to stop above that if it does continue, if it finds a higher low, if it bounces off this and goes beyond it, then yeah. But I'm pretty close to a point where I want to trail this stop to just break even. But it's exactly what you were just saying. The question now is this going to be a higher low, and are we going to rally back, or is this going to break and make new lows, in which case I would say that's a good trade. But we'll have to see what the market decides. So euro dollar is one that I am currently short. Do you have any open positions right now that you're looking at, or are you flat right now? What do you got going on?
I only have S&P 500.
Okay. Okay, you want to show us what are you feeling? How are you feeling this morning? Because my portfolio doesn't feel good.
Nothing is feeling great. Now, what do I feel? I'm trying to be positive about it. So if it goes down to prices like 4,004 or 4,003, of course that's gonna hit my stop losses at some point, and I'm gonna get out. But I'm still gonna look for reversals quite aggressively. Not taking the trades aggressively, but every day, every market open, still waiting for the higher high and the higher low. And if it falls, it falls. Like there's nothing you can do about it. And it was a great period last, what is it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. So
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that. And what is the bad part about stock market or S&P in particular? It doesn't have the same reversals as Forex. Forex might, take a whole 2 or 3 days. Here it can just go down and go straight back up again, make a new higher high, and just continue in perpetuity kind of a thing. So it's a whole different dynamic. And if you're not in those trades where it looks very muddy, you have kind of lost the entire move, or at least the beginning of the entire move. So definitely something I don't like. And how do I feel? I'm still laughing, kind of nervously, I guess, but because my my account is not going to die because of it.
Right.
That's
And that's the lesson. We talk about this every day, but Ivan, we've been doing this long enough. We know that new faces rotate in and they watch our streams the first time. And I watch you guys every day. For the people who are here every day, you hear us saying the same things every day, but we're saying it because we know there are new people that are wandering in. If this is your first time, if this is your first couple weeks of trading Forex, trading stocks, whatever you're trading, just know that good traders, they don't risk big. They risk very small. So exactly what Ivan just said, even if he's completely wrong about his idea, which I think his idea is fine, but let's say that it is completely, something happens. Ivan is not going to get crushed by it. And the reason we keep saying that on streams is because you have to be resilient in this game. There are always going to be unknown factors and surprises. And, suddenly a war breaks out, or, suddenly Chinese stocks get thrown off the US stock market. Like, things happen, right? So whatever your plan is, whatever your idea is, risking small is the key to survival long-term. Trading is, I like this type of learning. Trading is pain, Nick. Oh, that's a quote from me, huh? I guess, I stand by that. It is a bit painful sometimes. So, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. So you made, it's so common knowledge to us, Ivan, because we talk about this every day, but your point about it's not going to kill me if I'm wrong is something that new traders need to hear over and over.
My hand, why my hand is so short, or why my fingers is so short?
Why's that?
It's because it's burned so many times.
That's exactly right, guys. You need to have short fingers in this game. But that's true. So outside of S&P 500, are there any markets that you're interested in? Anything what do you think on the dollar right now?
I wanted to have a small pullback. It reached target, it reached 100, and kind of we have at the moment paused for a couple of hours at least. But I would like it to go a bit lower. So it's a better place to start around 99 something and then higher. So at this moment, I'm not buying it, but I'm like, okay, do we make a higher high? Do we make a low? And because I've tried, I know with myself and everyone else that if I buy now, it is going to fall. It's like a magnet. If I buy now, it's going to go opposite. It's going to stop loss and then go back up again. So I know way too well, way too often, if I do that, I'm going to get burned. So I'm just sitting on my hands more than anything else.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And it's definitely tempting. Like I took that Euro pop as kind of an opportunity, but I was like, I know that when I look at the dollar is so, extended to the upside. I know that it has potential to pull back. So I'm being very cautious with this. If I need to roll stops to break even, I may. I just don't want to give this thing a chance because that dollar, it's like you said, a small pullback, if you're long right now, could be a big kind of situation. So I think that for the dollar, I've got my euro dollar short. I liked it. I picked it out this start of the week. We'll see if we can catch some follow through on it. But the dollar, if it does decide to pull back, I think it very quickly starts making moves back down to, my personal take would be, moves back to this top of the structure. It's like the most clean cut area that everybody probably sees is that big breakout where we broke higher. Now pullback opportunities, looking at things like euro dollar potential shorts, things like that may come into play. So even if I get stopped out, I may actually look to re-enter euro dollar if I get a better setup. So that's kind of my pick for the week.
Can I be the devil's advocate for 2 seconds?
Sure.
If you look at euro dollar and you look at my screen channel, if we break 119.20, 119.30, it's game on for buyers of euro. For me, that's like that's a full reversal. 119.30 something. That peak there.
Okay, yeah. No, and that's the same thing for me. So that's where my stop is. Like if it breaks that, I'm gone waiting for another chance later on. Like my stop here, it is a hard, I actually really don't even want to see price go to the top of this wick. Like if that starts to make its move back up there, the trade is no longer, like I'm looking for this thing to roll and continue or nothing. So it's again, it's a bit aggressive, but my stops are not huge. It's a small trade. And ideally, if I need to, I'll look for a chance to re-enter. I think, you possibly levels like this, and euro dollar, it is playing with fire a little bit because it's been so sold off, due to the whole Ukraine situation. So I do think that there will probably be a snapback at some point. It's just a question of whether or not it's going to go try and tap these lows one more time before it does that, in which case there could be some good risk to reward. We'll see.
So we are definitely the low of it. It definitely generally a support. And what is interesting to see is what if, we are always, our goal is to sell the highest price, right? To get the best risk reward, get the highest price, so we can take it to the lowest bottom. And right now, in my view, I think we're a bit too low to be aggressively, but mostly because this is okay. That's okay price action. That's a lower low, fair enough. But then I would like us to have held that price so we don't have this small pause. Because if we're going to continue this strong, aggressive move to the lower side, I want to continue it to be a strong continuation lower. And when it doesn't, that tells me that the alarm bell should go off. And what if we now have the bigger pullback before falling again? And if I sell here, I will be a bit hurt. I didn't go through. And if I come up here again and I don't sell it because I'm hurt, because my count is down, I have losses, I lost a lot on dollar, on euro, or whatever I did, and then I missed a big move.
Right. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like the way that I kind of approach my strategy on a pair is I have like several points where I'll look for potential entries. Like this is like my dipping my toes in the water kind of approach. It is aggressive. I know it's, ideally I would see a 50% retracement, a bigger pullback on this move before I start to look to take bigger sells. And if that happens, I probably will. For now, I'm just kind of trying to be a part of the move. I've got a, there is structure here to a degree. I like the way we held that today. It's just a matter of what you said earlier. Can we break this level here? And if so, can we get back down to those lows? We'll see. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And either ways, I'm going to be happy because I've got, a scenario either way where I'm fine with it. If it breaks higher, better pricing, breaks lower, we'll trail stops and see if we can make a win around of it. But that's my take on euro dollar. I think we're generally on the same page. Ivan, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you to do your thing. You guys are in good hands. So I'll back out of here, give Ivan the show for a little bit. And Ivan, have a great stream, man.
Thank you very much.
All right. See ya.
Now, people. Well, nobody commented about my hair. Okay, cool. You guys aren't paying attention. You guys are not blind today, are you? Come on. I hope you have your eyes with you. If not, I will try to explain it as to any blind person. Dollar is currently at a high. We are consolidating a bit today at around 100. and we're currently at 99.39, and dollar is kind of trying to push higher. And why would dollar push higher? Well, we have the fear of markets coming in and saying, of Fed coming in and say, well, we have too much inflation, which they're basically saying right now, and we need to raise interest rate, which they're currently doing. And as far as I know, we have priced in 270 basis points for this year, if I'm not right. And that's already priced in. Now, if there's going to be any change to that, that's going to be dollar. But if there's a change to the lower side, that is going to be dollar bearish. If we're going to be if it's going to be more, if inflation goes higher, then we're going to price in more. Now, the question is, ladies and gentlemen, why do you talk about inflation? Does it matter? Why does it matter? Well, first of all, it is inflation numbers this week, as far as I know. And it is definitely coming in on a... Oops. That was the wrong one. Coming in Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow is coming in. Now, hear me out. The Fed, whenever they talk, which is, you need to listen to them very carefully, that's the first thing they mention. If you go to their Federal Reserve, you go to the monetary policy, and you're wondering, what does the most important central bank in this world, what's the first sentence they mention? Indicators of economic activity, which is one of them, is definitely CPI, and employment has continued to strengthen. Job gains has been strong for the recent month, and unemployment rate has declined substantially. Inflation remains elevated, reflecting supply and demand imbalances related to the pandemic, higher energy prices, that is commodities, and broader price pressures, which also is the same thing as, or some indicators, but the same thing is inflation. Now, as we read the first paragraph, we need to be extra looking at this one. Now, is this going to be your week? Probably not, because you also have RBNZ on Wednesday. You also have ECB on Thursday, and then you have Bank of Canada on Wednesday. So Wednesday, 2 interest rate meetings. On Thursday, 1. You have CPI on Tuesday, and today you had CPI out of China, which was, well, it doesn't say anything here. Interesting. Maybe I haven't loaded yet. Let's load it again. And why do I go through this? I don't know if Nick did it, but I'm just going to make sure that we all have the same foundation as to what the market might do this week. Now, we talked about S&P 500, and I don't like market going towards here. That's okay. That's what I don't like. And, what if we fall down to 42? What if we fall down to 40? What if we go down to 38? What if we go down to, I don't know, 34, 28? Doesn't matter. Because if you are going to be a professional Forex trader or investor by any means, okay? By any means, what is the key important things here? First of all, the Fed's job is to make a stock market go higher. The government's job is to make the stock market go higher. Your job as a consumer is to make the stock market go higher. Everyone's job, financing, governance, policy, consumers, everyone is making the stock market go higher. Now, there is going to be times it doesn't go higher. Then you manage your risk. Then you get out at stop loss. Then you do what you're supposed to do. But you're going to wait like a hawk, like an animal, like a wolf, like a lion in the bushes whenever the market does one out of two things. One, it makes a higher high. Two, the 21 EMA breaks the 55 EMA to the upside. Right now, that is not happening. We are currently lower and lower. Fine. One move higher, and we're good to go again. This is the 38.2 retracement. And does anyone bother? Are you bothered? No, We're not bothered. Now, the thing here is what I'm trying to say with bothered and with all this I'm mentioning my plan. I don't freak out. I have a loss streak at the moment. I don't freak out. And when you guys come to me and you said, Eivind, I did this and I lost my entire account. Now you can tell me that that is normal. I think that's very abnormal and not a good thing. The second thing here is, people, you as a trader are 100% accountable for what your own actions are. Now, you're also accountable for your own learning. How do you learn? Well, that's different ways of going to YouTube, searching for different videos on Trader Nick and EivindFx to find how do you become a better trader. You also join the VIP right in Discord, and you go through live coaching with me. You might also sign up for other mentorships that I have. That's up to you. My point is, you take accountability for your learning. Now, you are here to learn something new today, which we are. But I just want to put that into your brain that you are the key to your own success. Do something about it. If it's free resources only, if it's paid resources only, that is your choice. But what I want us to do today is to have a very clear, specific entry rule and nothing else. What else is just noise. So, indieinfamous says, can I earn $50 a day from Forex trading? Yeah, you can earn way more than $50 a trading from Forex, but it all depends on your account size. Is your account size above $1,000? Is your account size above $10,000? Then yes. But is that a consistent strategy to try to find $50 trades? No. That is basically you are sabotaging your own future. That's a very bad strategy. Why is it a very bad strategy? Because the same thing with KPIs. With KPIs, key performance indicators. If you make the boss or the leader having a specific amount of sales, accounts, customers, not how much customers bring in, but a key, like you need to have 100 customers, that's going to make that boss find 100 customers, doesn't need to pay anything, but he needs 100 customers. The same thing with this market. If you're going to be told to find $50 trades a day, you're going to find anything and everything, anything that moves, even if it's a mouse, but you will jump the horse. You will not take the big trade because of your short-term strategy, you don't see the bigger picture. I'm trying to tell you the bigger picture, and that's where the money is. Now, there's going to be days I don't make $50. There's going to be days I make more than $50. An average is probably 50. I make. But in general, right? I don't want to do that. I would rather go through my process and make 50 rather than search for 50 every single day. Can I earn $20 by using only indicators? It depends on the indicator, but you have to prove through your demo trading, other trading, that you can use this indicator and it's profitable. Now, that's a totally different thing that a YouTuber tells you it's a profitable thing. Okay. Check out Eivind's channel. Thank you very much, Chandler. So I will do that. Make sure that I will do that too. Did you see about the ECT mentorship, Arvin? Yes, I have, and I commented about it last week. And I do not approve of their strategy. I won't use it. So it's up to you if you want to, but I won't. It's not my cup of tea. As a British person would say. I shorted Aussie dollar. I wait for the support to break. My SL is break even already. What is your opinion on Australian dollar, US dollar? Now, I want it to be a bit higher. I think you're a bit early, but by all means, Hanif, is you're in profit. Cool. Now you are break even. Good. You followed your strategy. I would say, what if I can get a 50 pips to 100 pips better entry that is statistical normal to have that kind of a pullback before it fell? Now, I would tell you, bro, is that tomorrow is going to be your big test. If you survive tomorrow, not having you make a low now, and tomorrow you don't have a major pullback, then that's when your trade is probably going to survive. What do I mean? I mean pound. In this case, this is New York, around New York open. This is around New York again, and this again around New York. This is 2 p.m., 4 p.m. my time, and that is currently 4:30, 4:27. That means 2 hours earlier on a Tuesday tends to be a peak. Probably not the peak for the week, but it definitely has some strong pullback. Now, this doesn't need to happen tomorrow, but that also means for you tomorrow that you will sit and wait tightly, and you're going to see that happen, and that might also be a second entry for you. That's an opportunity, not an issue. Okay. So what do I think about it? I think you are in the right direction. That's fair and square. But I think you need to be a bit more patient about your entry. And I don't think that market right now is giving us very good pullbacks to sell us on. Now, when everyone is waiting for, it seems like, and it's gold. I said earlier today, that's probably not earlier. That's probably that one. And I don't think I can able to do that. No. I said that 1949 is a buy. I also said if we continue higher, we can continue buy. I also mentioned 2000 as a price. Now, what has happened so far today? What has happened so far today is that we have hit target for the week already. Now, that, my friend, is a risk to your bullish buy. Now, that is normal. That is normal. The question is there buyers in this market? Now, we will have to find out right now if there's buyers here. Hello, Elias. And then continue higher. If this one drops now, which is kind of what I want to see anyways, are we then just back into the range? So make sure that you have your entry ready. If you want to buy it, you are a seller, you are thinking maybe we should go a bit higher, maybe back up to maybe like 1955, and then target 1917. And those are valid trade plans. I'm not going to say who's going to win, who's not going to win, but what I do want to know one thing is gold. I'm still waiting for one gold trader in this community that has shown to me through their trading statements, the trading history, trading statements, that they are profitable on gold. They are out there. I just haven't seen them. Could you look at the double bottom on the 4-hour time frame on pound dollar, please? I think we did pound, didn't we? Okay, we can do pound again. That's okay. Okay. So, where is it? What is it? What is this thing? Okay, how do we trade this? How do we do that? First of all, I'm just gonna try to, yeah. So right now, you need to be a bit more, I don't know, chilled. Just two things you should have done. First of all, was to sell. If you're a seller, there's your clear sell, clear as the day it was born today. Now, is that difficult? No, it's not. It is You just need a limit order. Now, is that a trade you want to take? That's up to you if you're a seller. If you are a buyer, you are definitely at a spot that I don't like that the price is at. That's why I'm going to give it a red, dark red one. I want price, if it was to be a bullish bias, price should have gone up from there and not dropped so low. We haven't made a lower low yet, but it's definitely trying to entice buyers. Now, if you have a trained eye, you might notice something. Double bottom. Okay, cool, fair enough. Double bottom, higher high. Do we have a higher high? Do we have a higher high? And do we have a higher low? Okay, let's count. That's a high, that's a high, that's a high, and that's a high. That, in that case, is a high, but it's not a higher high. So we need to get up to that level minimally, first of all, before you can look at buys. Okay? Straightforward, very simple, and I can make that into like roses and butterflies and everything that you want to see. But that. So tomorrow maybe, and I'm gonna make that a thing there, and then we're gonna pop that up. I don't know. Should pop that up in the Discord channel probably. Can pop that into the Discord channel. By setup stream. Hi, Evan. What is up with S&P? Man, I need this thing to go high. I don't need it to go higher, but I would love it to go higher. I think that is definitely something that we need to discuss as to what do we do when it falls? What do we do when what do we do when it doesn't go with you? Okay. And you know what I do? You know what I want to do? I just want to run. Because I don't want accountability. I don't want the account to go down and be like, "Ha, look at you, Evan. You are a loser." That's what my brain tells me. Okay. So I will end back here anyways because I want to, not because I need to. But the thing here is with S&P, is it bullish? No, it isn't. But doesn't make me cry anyways. So Nasdaq, is that bullish? Sorry. Is that bullish? No, not at all. Is Dow US 30? Is that bullish? And I can find US 30 right now. Woohoo! Okay, US 30 took a vacation today. There we are. Is US 30 bullish? No, not really. No, a bit more than all the other ones. It's coming back down again to my level 1 and 3, which is kind of like I don't like it. So I'll wait to see that and then that before I start buying again, right? But hey, what do? We need to live a bit on the danger side. Oi, oi, oi. The thing is here, people, we had an entry on my stream a couple of hours ago, and I said, "What if we buy the entry? What if you buy current price? Just current price." Now, as you can see, and you don't need to be a fool to see. Hope you have eyes, not blind. That is the entry. That is the stop loss. I would even go to say that might have been a stop loss. So in my eyes, that's a stop loss. Because I didn't take it on my actual account because it's on my trade anyways. But I would just say, what happens when you just buy the higher high just for the fun of it? And I would like to know, where is the pullback? I would say that I would have a pullback to 163, which is the limit order down here. That's an order I would take. Now, if you are coming in here and you're thinking, well, I should just buy whatever, I would just sell whatever, you need to find more structure to the randomness more than anything else. Arvind K asks, Eivind, what is your monthly percentage for February? I do apologize for that, but I do not know at the moment. I should probably know, but I do not know. I have not checked that. So if you give me, I don't know, I can probably mention that in the next stream if you need to. But yeah, I don't know that right now because it's a bit different accounts and everything is depending which account you want to look into. But yeah, I will give you an answer soon. Don't worry. That's an okay question to ask me at least. What I think about pound yen is that I will wait for it to fall. And if it goes higher, what do I do then? I don't do anything at all. Now, I know people who have lost money here. Not there. Here. How does it feel like to lose money in a range? To have too tight stop losses? To have a trade direction that in the end goes in your direction, right? So for me, that is very, 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 very frustrating. But I want to flip it around and say, as your mentor, I would say, but your process. What about your process? Did you follow your process? Did you enter at levels that it was clearly support? Did you not overtrade? You did not FOMO into it or out of it? And I would say if you bought here, it's an okay trade, but you're not getting a star. It's an average trade. Because if you bought pound yen at around 60.50, you are probably more a saint more than average, because that's a trade that I would like to take. Now that didn't happen. Okay, am I too conservative? Is there something wrong with my strategy? Not really, because all that I do, I would say there's 3 scenarios every time I trade. It's going to be aggressive, it's going to be medium, or it's going to go against me, right? And if I'm going to pick the medium one, I'm mostly going to win. If I pick the aggressive one, I'm also going to have more losses. Do I do well with losses? Not so much. Not so much. So I would rather avoid those losses and be on the middle road, or somehow on the middle road, and be okay with catching some of the bigger moves. But where is the entry? Can anyone tell me? I'm going to give you a couple of ways to tell me when you want to enter. Well, we all know now, right? We all can see it. But there is a couple of ones. Which of those would you enter? I was supposed to do number 4 is actually okay, 0 then. Number 4 is 0. -1. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Which one would you take? Which one would you buy? Well, we all can see where it went, right? That is very straightforward. But where would you do it? I would say that I tried to buy 2. Why would I buy 2? Why didn't I buy 0? Why didn't I buy 1? Now, because 1, my friend, is still a 50-50 sell. That's still resistance. We still haven't made it to be bearish yet. That's why we also went into range there. So when we have number 2, we have a clear uptrend, continuation of uptrend. And if I was to buy number 1, I would have number 1 much lower. I would be under this area. How do I know that? Because central pivot is here and M2 is there, and it doesn't come back down to those levels. And that's where I want to be, not here. Okay? So that's kind of a small little trading education there as to where are you aggressive, where are you not. Iron Man Trading says go US 30. I've already been here for US 30, and I'm waiting it for it to make a higher high. I don't see so far a higher high. I don't do a higher. The market doesn't do a higher high yet, but I'm just waiting for it to turn higher. Straightforward, straight simple, nothing else than that. Yeah. Do you factor in candlesticks patterns in your market structure analysis, Farmer Shotgun? Absolutely nope. I see where candles goes, where the wick is, but I use a cluster of candles. And I'm not going to, maybe I'm going to say about something controversial. Just wait a minute. But candlestick patterns alone, only just taking that alone, is probably the one of the biggest false narratives that is in the market. The reason for that is if candlesticks by itself was so profitable, everyone would do it and everyone will make money. You would see the big companies use it. You would see the big brains use it, but they don't. They don't. They use massive amounts of data, your data. They use fundamental analysis. They use sentimental analysis. They use seasonal analysis. And they go to the ground to see when does the farmer start planting seeds. How would a war go? How does the war affect the market? They have all these analysis. They have all these parameters. They have your flow as well as to what you guys do as a Forex traders, as retail traders. And they put in together all that information into one thing, and then they kind of choose their direction based upon that information. That's the information that the big money does. And if you use candlestick patterns, I've tried. If you try that over long term, try and see how that goes. I'm not saying you're going to win or lose. I'm just saying do that over longer term and see how that goes. Tell me the result. I'm not going to say that you will fail. I'm not going to say you're going to win. I'm just going to say what is your result. If you haven't been profitable with it for quite some time, then you have just figured out the same thing as I have figured out. When do you think the comeback is going to come? Elias Master, hi. I understand you may be new to trading with that question. I'm going to answer you with dignity. And I'm going to say, I do not know, but I'm ready whenever. The same thing is with Russia. Did you know that they're going to invade Ukraine? Do you know when there's going to be an earthquake? Do you know when it's going to be a tsunami? Do you know when Saudi Arabia is going to have an attack on their oil fields? Do you know if an airplane is going to go down today? Probably not. But you're ready. as a rescue operator, a rescue team, you need to be ready for it whenever it happens. As crisis management team, you need to be ready. As the leader of the military, you need to be ready whenever it happens. As a firefighter, you need to be ready when there's a fire. You don't know when it's going to come. You just know it's going to come. Your analysis says it's going to come. Your probability says it's going to come. But you're waiting for it. Iron Man trading. Okay. I'm not going to take that away from you. But I have not been able to, and I cannot prove to anyone else what I have. I cannot prove to anyone that's something that I can't prove. If that makes sense. But we all have different opinions. And that's okay. Euro New Zealand. I had a sell setup on that one a couple of hours ago. But it doesn't seem to have wanted to go lower. So that depends on Euro weakness and or New Zealand strength. And therefore, something like that. That's what I'm waiting for. So that's my thoughts. But of course, I will look like a fool to not just trade the current, the current strategy to the upside the current direction to the upside. But my problem here is, one, is that I believe this is a key resistance area. And I cannot buy there because I'm expecting it to fall. Hi, Iron Man Trading. Thank you for your question. But I don't see that is a question that is that's not a constructive question, so I would just let it pass. So as we're talking about the euro a bit earlier, we still, haven't made a higher high yet, but is that candle, is it going to hold? Is it not going to hold? And the last one to go through is oil, which I am waiting for it to go higher. And I need to break 97. And then break through that before I can start buying again. So at the moment, I would say, whatever. And until then, I'm not going to do anything here in oil. And if you are willing, if we're doing pound Aussie, as probably the last one we're going to go through, is that fair enough. I want those to be strong. I want that to be strong. So it's not really a pair that I would like to trade. But technically, it's currently making higher highs and higher lows. So I guess that's kind of what you would do. But I don't have any fundamental bias or reason to be trading this one to the upside. But other than that, have a good day trading it, I guess. But it's not something that I would choose to trade myself. Other than that, if you want to see more of me, you can go to EivindFx on YouTube. I'm streaming about every hour, so every day, an hour before Nick. This week, I'm going to go on vacation tomorrow. This is my pair point strategy. This is the indicator. And those are some extra videos as well. If you want to go through how my story looks like from long time ago, how I started out. But other than that, people, have a good day. See you soon. Boom.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember to check the description below if you're looking for a new broker, trying to get funded, or looking for a trading community to join. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.